Okay, this is my video for lesson 18. Number 1 says I complete a visual preparation assignment before attending the group meeting, and I marked true. Number 2 says I actively participated in this lesson's group meeting, and I marked true again. And then for questions 3 through 8, we will review the PTC tasting study. And so it says, out of 70 females in the sample, 52 can taste PTC. Out of 59 males in the sample, 42 can taste PTC. Let P1 be the proportion of females who can taste PTC, and let P2 be the proportion of males in the population who can taste PTC. The research question for the study is given here. Is the proportion of females who can taste PTC different from the proportion of males who can taste PTC? Number 3 wants the estimate for P1, which is 0.743. Number 4 wants the estimate for P2, and it is 0.712. Number 5 wants to know which set of hypotheses is appropriate for addressing the research question. And I marked the last one, which is the null is equal and the alternate is not. Number 6 says to create a 95% confidence interval for P1 through P2. And that was this one, which is negative 0.123 and 0.185. Number 7 says with alpha 0.05, what decision do you make? And you would fail to reject the null. And then because of that, there is insufficient evidence to suggest that the true proportion of females who can taste PTC is different from the true proportion of males who can taste. Then for questions 9 through 17, we will review the mortality rates in David heart attack study with different data. So number 9 says the conditions for conducting a hypothesis are satisfied, and that is true. Number 10 says which set of hypotheses is appropriate for addressing the research question, and that is the first answer, which is the null is equal and the alternate is less than. Number 11 wants P hat 1, which is 4.1. 12 wants P hat 2, which is 0.145. Number 13 wants the z-score, which is negative 2.020. And number 14 says, given the z-score from question 13, which should you shade, the left or the right of the z-score for the p-value? And that's to the left because it's less than. 15 says, what is the p-value for this test? And it was 0.022. 16 says, what is the decision for this test? And that will be to reject the null hypothesis. And finally, 17 says, which of the following best summarizes the conclusion of this test? And that is that there is sufficient evidence to conclude that the proportion of patients who have a heart attack and are admitted to the hospital on a weekday who die is less than the proportion of patients who have a heart attack and are admitted to the hospital on the weekend who die. So that is my video for lesson 18.